guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a quick one just on my top picks for the Priceline cosmetic sale, which is on Wednesday the 22nd and Thursday the 23rd. So yeah, it's just pretty much my favorite products from Priceline. I'm not going to go in any kind of order, I'm just going to grab whatever is around me. So this is the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. I'm sure you guys have seen this. It's just the translucent one. Love, love, love this. More so if you're a little bit shiny and oily. Probably not for dry. So yeah, love this. I always get this at the sale. And I just stock up. Next we have another face powder. This is the Australis Fresh and Flawless Powder. I'm in the shade Natural. This is actually a brand new one that I need to break into because my last one is finished and I will be picking up another one or two. Love this powder. It gives really nice coverage on top of your foundation. Have never used it on its own. I'm not that kind of person. I like my liquid foundation, so really like that one. It gives a really flawless look. It's not completely matte. It's kind of like a satin matte finish, which is really nice. And yeah, I love it. And next we've got the Australis Banana Powder. If you don't have the contour kit, because it's in the Australis contour kit as well. If you don't have the contour kit, I'd really recommend this. It's really nice for brightening up the under eyes. I'm light, so this works for me, but if you're really pale, this probably won't work. The Australis contour kit in Lighter Than Light, there's a banana shade in there, so that might work for you because it's much lighter. But this is really nice for anyone light to medium skin tone. So next I have the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. If you can get this at your Priceline, get it. It's really beautiful. It's a more neutral kind of colour, so it's not too warm, not too cool. I don't contour with this, I only bronze, and I'd say this is more light to medium skin tones. If you're any darker, maybe you can contour with it, but if you're really pale, this might not be the best one for you. It just looks really nice and smooth on the skin. It's just a really nice bronzer. I don't really know what to say. It's just beautiful. This is also by Physicians Formula, and this is actually called Nude Wear Touch of Glow Palette in Light. So that's it there. Really cute packaging. And on the box, for some reason it says that it's a face powder, a highlighter, a blush, and a bronzer. No. It's a highlighter. It's a highlight. So I mainly go for those two shades. Sometimes I'll mix them all together. It's not a crazy, super intense highlight. It's just a really nice glow, nice for every day. So if you're into the lighter kind of highlight and not into the crazy like line, which I mean sometimes I like, but sometimes, you know, especially for work, just want like a nice little bit of a glow. So I really like that one. It's nice and smooth. Next I have the L'Oreal Infallible Fixing Mist. By far my favorite drugstore setting spray. It really helps to make my makeup last longer and control oil. I've tried almost all of them in the drugstore. So I've tried the Australis one, the NYX matte one, the Models Prefer matte one, the Maybelline one, and this one. I think that's it. Yeah. The Models Prefer matte setting spray is pretty good. That'll probably be my second. But the others didn't really notice a huge difference. So just this one is my fave. This is the L'Oreal Lumi Magique. Love this primer. If you're more oily, I think this could work for you still. I am combination skin, so I don't really notice it making me more oily. But if you're like really oily, probably not the best for you. Definitely recommend for drier skin as well. I'll just show you guys. So it's there, it's white, and it's basically like a liquid highlight. Look at that. So sometimes I'll put this all over my face, but if I've got a foundation that's a little bit thicker, I do like to mix it in with that instead. So it just gives like a really nice glow. And I mean, because I'm more oily, I'm all about that matte life, but sometimes you want to glow. NYX Pore Filler Primer. So pretty much if you have large pores like me, this is really going to help blur them out. It's a very thick, I don't know if you can see, very thick kind of moussey texture, and just blends away into nothing, and it just really smooths out the pores. Is this my favorite one ever? No, there are ones that are like better, but for drugstore it's good. And if you don't want to spend $60 on one in Mecca, this one is pretty decent, so I'll leave that in your hands. This primer I use on almost a daily basis. This is the Nude by Nature Undercover Airbrush Mineral Primer. I really like this one because it goes tacky and my foundation just sticks to it really well, and so it lasts really well. Wouldn't use this for going out because it is mineral, which could cause flashback, so be aware of that. But for everyday, I really like it. So for foundation, I have three. I'll start with my favorite. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte Foundation. By far my favorite foundation in the drugstore and almost ever. I haven't tried, you know, a whole heap, but definitely my go-to foundation. Really good coverage, blends really easily, lasts really well, good for oily skin, might be okay for more dry skin because it's matte, but it doesn't cling to any dryness. So, but I do use it with a beauty blender, so that could be why as well. But really love this foundation, and I definitely recommend it to everyone. This is my second favorite one. This is the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-Hour foundation, and for some reason this is targeted towards more normal dry skin. I love it, and I'm oily. Well, I'm combination oily, so I don't know what that's about. It's full coverage. Awesome. That's L'Oreal one as well. Sorry, I forgot to mention that's full coverage. So yeah, this one is full coverage, and it's got a serum in it, which makes it really nice to blend. It doesn't last as long as the L'Oreal one, but comes really close. So yeah, keep an eye out for this one. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. It's a really nice foundation. One of the better ones in Priceline or in the drugstore, but it doesn't last as long as the other two. So it's really nice. It does like help blur out the pores a bit. You know, it's more of a medium coverage, not quite full coverage. And I do get oily with it throughout the day. It probably lasts a good 5-6 hours before it starts getting oily, which is quite good. But yeah, you know, it's in the top 3, but the other 2 are better. So first I've got the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. A lot of people love this. I don't like it on its own unless I'm wearing like minimal makeup. But I pretty much like to do this just underneath here to counteract the dark circles, and then I'll go in with another concealer. I've also got the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. Maybelline, I feel like, does the best concealers. That's just it. So this is the Fit Me concealer. Fair 15 is actually lighter than light 10. So be aware of that. I really like this for those days where I'm not wearing full coverage. Maybe I'm wearing a light to medium coverage foundation. And this is really nice and hydrating. So I'm combination skin, but I get really dehydrated under eyes. I don't know. But then like near my lash line I get oily, and it's just, what do I do? I don't know. But yeah, I really like that for those lighter days. And the coverage is probably a medium coverage. So this one is my favourite. It's the Maybelline Master Conceal. I have the shade Fair and I have the shade Light, so it depends how fair I am. Not quite full coverage, but very, very close. So I really like this concealer for every day, for going out, whatever. It's really nice, blends really easily. It's not super thick, but it's not like really runny. Yeah, not really much I can say about it. I do like to use it with a beauty blender though. I don't think it blends as well with a brush, and you have to be careful with this one. It can dry quite quickly, so don't put concealer all over your face and then blend section by section. I've got the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper. This is just by far my favourite brow mascara. I've tried a couple of other ones and it's either the wand or the formula isn't very good. Some are gluggy, some are too thin. This one is just perfect. It gives you a bit more volume, and your brows just stay in place. So by far my favourite, and also you get a lot in here. If you compare it to some of the other ones, you don't get as much product. First I've got the NYX Skinny Mascara. I love this for the lower lash line. Look at it, it's so tiny. This is just so good for getting the lower lashes. It just really grabs them and you don't get too much product. You know, sometimes when you use a normal mascara like for your top lashes and then you go in to do your bottom and the brush is just too big and it just goes everywhere, and then they're too thick, it goes a bit clumpy, and you're just like, what? Maybelline Lash Sensational. When I first got this, I hated it. It probably took me a few weeks to actually love it. I'm not sure why I hated it. I think when I first used it, I don't know if I just didn't know how to use it. It kept going clumpy and it just wasn't good. Now I love it and I use it almost every day. So people change. People change. The L'Oreal Volume Million Lashes. Love this one as well. Very similar to the Maybelline one. The brush is a little bit different. But love it, love it, love it. With this one, you have to be really careful. You can get clumpy lashes, but if you just take your time to do it, it's fine. This one, you could never, ever, ever get clumpy lashes. Like, if you got clumpy lashes from that mascara, I don't know what you're doing. Got only one lip liner. It's by Rimmel and it's the shade Natural, and it's the pencil one, so the 1000 Kisses one. Like any other brand's lip liners, I've tried most of them, not all of them, so I mean I can't say that, but I don't like any of them. This is the best one. It doesn't feather, it doesn't fade away, it just stays on really well, and they actually came out with new colours, so I'll be picking up the new colours in this line. These are by far my favourite lipsticks in Priceline. These are the NYX Liquid Suede lipsticks in the shade Sandstorm and Soft Spoken. So good. I'm not a huge fan of the lingerie ones. They're just super, super drying, and I mean I can do with some drying, but those are a little bit too much. I mean, I can wear them for maybe half a day and then I gotta take that thing off. Whereas these last really, really well. I mean, they don't set and they do transfer, but they're still on. So even though like I have lunch, it's still pretty much on there. So I'll just swatch these shades because these are the nicest ones. A lot of their colors are really like bright. That's the colors there. So the brownie one is Sandstorm. The more mauvey one is Soft Spoken. Yeah, they're just so comfortable, they're so pigmented, and they last really well. So definitely recommend them. Some of the other colours are really crazy bright colours, but there's a couple of good ones in there. And I've got two lipsticks by Maybelline, which are my fave. I've got, these are from the matte collection. I've got 655 Daringly Nude, which is a really, really just nice pinky nude. And that's it there. And I've also got 660 Touch of Spice, which is that was a really bad swatch, which is just really nice. And they smell like cake or something. So yeah, there, the colours there. Love these colours. Maybelline have some of my favourite lipsticks, and this matte collection is really nice. They're quite comfortable on the lips. Alright guys, so they are my favourite products from Priceline. Definitely things that I recommend to my friends and just anyone who asks. They are awesome. They work the best for me. I mean, some of these things may not work for you because everyone is different, but definitely love these. I'll be definitely repurchasing a couple of foundations and stuff that I'm running low on, and I need backups. I like to get my backups. So yeah, I hope you guys got something out of this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video. And if you're picking up anything from the Priceline sale that I haven't mentioned, maybe comment down below so I can check it out, because I always want to try new things, but sometimes you get too familiar and keep sticking with the same stuff. So yeah, let me know down below what you plan on getting or your opinion on any of these products that I use. And remember, before you leave, don't forget to subscribe. I do post once a week every Sunday, and I'm hoping to add another day in very, very soon. So keep an eye out for that as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!